In this video, we're just going to discuss flush cutters. Now, flush cutters are your friend. It's a very handy tool to have, especially if you use die cuts or if you want to cut the shanks off the back of a button in order to make it a flat back embellishment. Now, flush cutters have a protective covering on them. I'm going to turn them around. This is the flush part side of it, which would be the part that you butt up against something before you click it off. If you open these up, they have two sharp blades on each side, which allows for the cut to happen. It's recommended not to cut anything like a hard round wire. Those you would use a different set of tools for. These are specifically used for dies and or something that you want to cut. If you can see the little loop, that's called a shank on the back of a button. And we're going to take our flush cutters, we're going to flush the flat part right up against them, and I'm going to cut that off. Now I'm going to cover that because it does make a little bit of a noise. And then that piece just popped off, and now this is completely flush, and you can turn that into a flat back of embellishment of some type. Works on buttons or anything else with that type of loop or shank. Now, using it for a die, that is recommended as well. If you'll notice, I'm going to come in close. There is a connector piece of metal connecting this die to the outside die, and we need to get rid of that because I want to use these dies as separate. My flush part is going to go right up against this, back up against that part, and then I'm going to snip that off. So sometimes you have to be creative on how you get your hands in there to do that. But if you notice, I'm flush up right against it, and then I'm going to cover and click. I didn't want the metal piece to fly. So if you notice, that just trimmed that piece off right there. And then we can repeat it once more. Right there, we're going to click that off. And if you notice, that one is completely removed. And then those little pieces are left right there. So you can take your flush cutter and repeat one more time. Repeat as many times as you need to dismantle your particular metal dies. So that is the flush cutter. And please be careful and always put your safety cap on. See you next time.